think of money as a hammer. If it's in the right hands, it can build. If it's in the wrong hands, it can destroy. It's not the hammer that does that. It's the person that's holding the hammer. You know, and so that's what I try to debunk with that whole it's evil, etc., etc. Money is just a tool. We then project our feelings and our beliefs around it. Now, the question I ask here is, if money was your partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse, would it stick around?
Lol.
Do you give her enough attention? Do you spend time with her? Do you go on money dates? Are you a comfortable are you a comfortable place to be with money?
Yeah,
No.
Maybe I'm scared of her or him.
Let's interrogate that. Why are you scared of her or him?
You know, I had an experience just as I was serving an articles army, yeah, where I had a scarcity in my financial space. And so when I started living in abundance, I was scared of money. I didn't know what's in now. You know, I felt as if it was better that I didn't have, because then I wouldn't have to think about what I needed to do with it.
Okay.
Then I would, not be dealing with money matters in essence.
All right. That's interesting. That's interesting. So I think what you were going through is because you were financially, it was dark when it comes to your financial knowledge, then you didn't have the light to know where the money should go. And the more you learn about financial literacy, you learn about money, you learn about different things, the more light you are bringing to that ignorance, therefore, the more comfortable you are with doing something about it.
100%.
Okay, so that's a critical question, and in the workshop we really go into these wheels, because for me this is the foundation. As Unomfundo was saying, you can even get to a space where you are earning very nicely, but if this is not correct, in the greater schemes of things, you actually lose out on quite a lot, because you're not going to do the right things. Because if I fundamentally think that money is evil, or that money will change me to a bad person, then money won't really stick around and money won't grow, because I am not a good and nice place for it to be, type of thing. Okay, so, and talking about money growing, then you need to ask yourself, when you get your paycheck, or when that business pays you, if you are in business, what type of soil does your money land on? You know, does it land on packed soil? It just comes kind of in and goes out, you know? Like as soon as it comes in, Azisha, we're spending it, you know? Or is it a rocky?
Hand to mouth.
Hand to mouth, yeah, month to month. Or is it rocky? So it does go in, but sooner or later, something comes up. You always have an emergency somewhere that does, or maybe there's always that shoe, or there's always that, you know, new car or something then destroys it. Or do you choke your money? So for me, choking your money is kind of like when your money just sits in a savings account. You know, I've met people who have like 200,000 in a fixed deposit. I'm like, why is 200,000 just sitting in there? But it's that fear that I don't know what to do with it, so let it just sit there. But then when you share with them the returns from a savings account versus inflation, you might find that it's not really doing much. So it's just sitting, it's getting choked, it's getting suffocated. So I'm not saying don't have savings. Have savings up to an emergency fund type of thing. Thereafter, you should be investing. So that's when your money is sitting on thorny ground. It can't grow, it's just sitting there. And inflation is usually doing the most with it anyways. And then good soil is where money comes in, and it's in a fertile place. It's in a beautiful place for it to then grow. For example, think of 100,000 rand in, I'm not sure, Pilane or Nomfundo, which businessman or businesswoman do you respect?
Sure. Michael Jordan.
All right, fair enough. So think of a basketball in my hands is not worth much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't really have fertile soil for basketball. I did play it, but nowhere close to Michael Jordan, obviously. But a basketball in Michael Jordan's hands grew to millions and millions and millions of dollars because he was fertile soil for the game and he put in the work and stuff like that. And then maybe let's think of Ndaba Ntsele as a good businessman. 100,000 rand in the hands of Ndaba Ntsele is on good soil, and sooner or later will probably be 1 million. And the question that I always say we must ask ourselves is, what does 10,000 rand in our hands mean? And which soil environment is that 10,000 rand going to? Because the same way you double 10,000 rand, the principles of doubling 100,000 rand, the principles of doubling 1 million, it actually gets easier the higher the number and the more you get used to doing.
Can I say amen?
Yes, yes.
Preach, brother.
Oh,